Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Hope this video finds you well. Today I'm joined by my good friend Chris.
Hey everybody.
So Chris actually has his own channel called Casual Fragrances. I'm going to leave a link to it down below. Definitely make sure to check him out. But in today's episode, we're going to be giving you our thoughts on a Creed fragrance that allegedly dates back to 1901. This one is the now discontinued Selection Verte, so make sure to stay tuned. Begin this video on Creed Selection Verte, and we tell you all about this fragrance, the smell, the notes, the performance, longevity, all that good stuff. I do want to start things off by mentioning that if you're a fan of fragrance related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time I do upload future videos to the channel. Make sure to do the same for Chris as well. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you take something of value from today's episode. Now, this is a fragrance that I originally tried many years ago at the Creed Boutique on Madison Avenue in Manhattan. And even though a fragrance is vaulted, which is Creed's way of saying discontinued, they will still have a bottle there, I suppose, for reference purposes, so you can still smell it despite not being able to purchase it. So I remember smelling this one many years ago and I really enjoyed it, but I suppose I was overwhelmed that day because I had tried so many other fragrances and I ended up purchasing another fragrance. But here's actually a mint-based offering by the House of Creed. So you have citrus, neroli, pepper, mint, herbal notes, and ambergris. Now, the dry down is something that is very characteristic of the brand of Creed. A lot of people know that the Creed DNA, or the Guerlainade of Creed, as people would say, usually does comprise of some ambergris in the base, but this is predominantly a mint-based fragrance. Now, of course, I had to have Chris on this video because mint is your favorite note, right?
Favorite note.
So I was like, oh, I think he's going to really enjoy this one. And I've never done a video on it for obvious reasons. So what are your initial thoughts on it?
I love this. I told him off camera that literally if this was available, I would buy this over Viking. Now, you guys know how much I love Viking. I love Viking. It's one of my favorite Creeds of all time. Well, in my decade of talk about fragrances on YouTube. But this fragrance smells amazing. If they somehow reformulate this fragrance and re-bring it out, I would probably wear this for my wedding day. I like this a lot more than I like Viking. Now, I'm not sure it's going to perform better than Viking. You know, it's already vaulted, so I can't explain that. But it smells amazing, guys. I think, you know, if you get a chance to go to a Creed Boutique and they have it, at least spray it a little bit. It smells amazing. I literally I'm lost for words on why they vaulted it. I'm kind of angry and kind of pissed off they did that after smelling it at Steven's place. I'm kind of upset, but nevertheless, it's fire.
Yeah, it's really good. And that's a very bold statement to say that you would kind of prefer it over Viking, because I know how much you like Viking.
Love it.
And Viking also has a little bit of like this mentholated quality, but here I feel like it's such a nice balance between the mint and the citrus that they both sort of give one another their own chance to shine. There's something creamy happening underneath the fragrance, which is kind of that addictive element, because let's face it, we've tried a bunch of citrus-based fragrances out there, whether we're talking about lemon, orange, mandarin, bergamot, yuzu, lime, citron, so on and so forth. But it's really the mint, the citrus, and this underlying creaminess that gives the fragrance that special quality. And I also agree with another thing that Chris said is like, I'm also kind of upset that this would be vaulted because now that I've had the chance to wear this 5 ml decant, and there's a lot in here, I can actually see myself purchasing a bottle of this fragrance. Yeah, sure, people are bidding for it online, but if you're not willing to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, I don't think there's any point, right? So I would personally prefer to just pay retail or slightly below retail if that were even an option. But I do think this is a great fragrance, albeit a discontinued one, but I would definitely spend my money on it.
Oh, I would too. If it was available and it was like $300 for a bottle, that's a lot of money for Creed. I understand, but I honestly probably would pay full retail for it. Like, I like this enough, and hopefully, fingers crossed, if they ever do reformulate it and they bring it out and Kelly likes it, I'm scooping up a bottle. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. She says she likes it, I'm buying it out the door like that day with my debit card or credit card.
And I think they should do that. You know, in the past, we've had a lot of Creed fragrances being discontinued, vintage Tabarone being one of them. And I just see Windsor, another one as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, whenever they do discontinue a fragrance, I wonder how lucrative it would be for them to just re-release it as a small batch, just to sort of get it back out there into the world. And it would definitely deter some of these people who are selling it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars online. Now Creed can, you know, put it out for something close to retail, which is still a pretty hefty price tag for Creed standards, but at least you won't have to spend over $1,000 or something like ludicrous for it. But it's a really solid fragrance. The pepper that's in here, not too strong. It's a nice touch. It's really all about the mint. The mint is the dominating factor behind this fragrance. Even after you give it about, you know, half an hour to dry down, you're still going to be able to pick up on the mint. It's just that the ambergris freshness comes out and that underlying creaminess comes out. I know in terms of occasions, I can see myself wearing this one casually, but because of the price tag, I think people would be more encouraged to wear this one formally, because, you know, it's a pretty special occasion fragrance. In terms of age range, I think anybody of any age can enjoy this one. It's pretty youthful on account of the citrus, but it's also rather refined, so I can see somebody a little bit older wearing this one. In terms of occasions, you know, I would definitely wear this one to work. I think it's perfect in an office setting, but again, like I said before, formal is probably going to be where you're at, unless you can score a 5 ml bottle, which is not going to break the bank. But again, I know Creed is notorious for not having the best longevity on their fragrances, and so you're not going to get as good of a longevity from this as you would from something like Royal Oud, Spice and Wood, Aventus. This is more on the fleeting side of things, kind of like a Millésime Imperial, an Arofa, or potentially even a Himalaya. The presentation with the big flacon is really nice. Sorry, I don't have that to share it with you today, but I know you like to give fragrances a score on your channel. So if you had to give it 1 out of 10, what would you give this one?
I'm gonna give it a 9. Easy
Wow.
as a 9. I can't give it a 10 because I never tried it out, so I can't go off performance, and it's not available to buy. But if they ever do reformulate it or make it out again, I'm gonna buy it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't really pay for retail a lot of time, but in this exception, I will definitely pay for retail. $300. Okay, maybe $350. That's it.
I hear you. Yeah, for me, if I put together like a tier list, I think this would be much higher than Himalaya or Arofa. I don't know if it would be as high as Millésime Imperial or Aventus. I really love those fragrances. This would probably be on the same level as like a Silver Mountain Water. And so it's a great fragrance. Such a bummer that it's discontinued, but Chris, thank you so much for being on my channel today. Really appreciate it.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. So once again, if you're watching at home, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our thoughts on the discontinued or vaulted Selection Verte by Creed. Please go ahead and jump on over to Chris's channel. I'm going to leave his link to his channel down below in the description, so make sure to check him out. If you enjoyed this video or you took something of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell so you can be notified whenever we do upload future videos to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to us. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.